in for repair today is a Lenovo desktop computer. It's an all-in-one computer. What's going on with it is no operation system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to take this apart and how to install a new hard drive. So let's get into that video. All right, let me just turn this for you guys. Okay. All right, so we can plug this up so you guys can see what's going on here. I got a few tools out already. I did decide that I was going to do this outside on this big work table that I use usually for TVs. This is what I usually use for TVs, okay? So as you can see, let's go ahead and try to power it up. Now what you can try to do here is when these computers are turning on, you can try to boot into the BIOS or anything like that and see if you can get it to actually turn on. But usually when they're like this, you're not going to get it to turn on. So as you can see right now, it's still not showing anything. And I think that has to do with partly because of the hard drive. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to boot. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're just going to go ahead and take this screen out. And once we've taken the screen out, there it is. So let's see, I think it's F1. See, checking media. And then this is where it does the boot looping over no operation system. So it'll keep doing this over and over again. It won't stop. So let's go ahead and let's just move on with this repair and try to get this thing done. Okay, so what you need to do is on the back here, there's this cover. So first we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop this cover off. I thought I brought a plastic pry tool and now I can't find that plastic pry tool, which I know I did bring out here. Hopefully I didn't lose that because I use that pry tool a lot. Oh no, here it is. This is one of those MacBook pry tools that I'm using. So if you got one of these, then you're pretty much all set to go. Okay, and then you have 4 screws back here. I don't think there's any other screws otherwise than these that are on the back. So we'll go ahead, we'll take those out. Can you guys see that? Just making sure. Yep. Okay. And then it looks like we have something underneath. Yep, so you have one of these tabs. Okay, so that does not want to turn. Let's see if we can find. Let me find a different screwdriver if I have one. All right, so I did go ahead and got one of this big rusty screwdriver, and let's see if it'll work. Yeah, usually those kind of pop open once you do that. But let's see. Oh, we're just gonna keep on going around until we can get this screen out. But I thought I needed to pop that open, but because of right now it's not wanting to. It's being real difficult. Yeah, I'm trying to find some of the other pry tools that I have to see if I can pop this thing open. Because I don't understand why. Yeah, normally you just turn these and they just kind of pop the screen out. For whatever reason, it's not wanting to do that, so let me definitely get a pry tool. Yeah, sorry guys. I really thought I had all the pry tools here that I needed, but I'm gonna have to go grab that pry tool in order to get this thing off. Because it's very necessary for me to. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So we got a few pry tools that I believe we can use to get this thing. So I'm waiting to see which side is gonna unclip. And we'll just keep going around like this until the whole thing kind of comes apart. Okay, so I'm going to see this right here to kind of hold that open as I move on to this side. It's still being a little bit of a pain to get the screen to kind of pop out. I don't want to stick anything metal here because of the screen. I don't want to break the screen. So that's why I'm kind of being real careful with what I use as far as trying to pry it open. And I'm in Florida, so this weather is just, it's crazy right now. It's all over the place. Never know what you're gonna get. One day you wake up and it's not hot out. The next day you wake up and it's crazy. Okay, so for the most part, we got most of the screen out. So I'm going to continue to use this tool because it seemed to work out a lot better than all the other tools that I was just using. And like I said, I don't understand why at the bottom it's, and you guys probably can see me sweating in this camera. We're gonna have to leave this. I'm gonna leave the pry tool, that one right there, to help keep it open as we try to slide around. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this hard to open it. And my tool fell in. Yeah, I honestly did not think it would be this hard. But that's why I also brought it out here, is that way I had enough room to work on it. And I didn't have to necessarily worry about all the stuff that I have on my desk. Is there screws down here by chance? You guys think that there might be screws down here? And they're holding it in also? So this locking mechanism that they have was never working. Unless the lock has already been open before. It just wasn't working. I'm sweating, guys. Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating up a storm. It's just so humid out. It's not even that it's hot, it's just humid. It builds up really, really quick. Oh. Wow. I am sweating. Okay. All right, and there we go. After all that struggle, let's see what we have inside here. Let's see what is holding it in still. We have no ribbon cables at the bottom. Looks like we need to take this off completely. The stand needs to come off. I thought I could do without taking the stand all the way off, but it has to come off. At least that's what I'm seeing so far. And then we have a few ribbon cables here that we need to disconnect. And you guys can't see that right now. And what is this other cable? Okay, and we got those cables disconnected. And we have the screen out. Okay, and the issue that we're having is this hard drive right here. Right here, so let me see if you guys can see that. Yep, you guys can clearly see that. So let's go ahead and let's remove this hard drive and let's put our new hard drive in, and then we can go ahead and test it. I don't know why this thing right here, which is supposed to help you push the screen at the bottom out, it's not pushing the screen out. Maybe it's, I was supposed to loosen it first, the screen, and then turn it, and then that would get it out. Hold on, there's a wasp here, and I'm gonna see if I can get rid of him. Completely missed that wasp. So now he's gonna probably come back. Okay, and trying to move fast before the sweat starts dripping again, because it, like I said, it's not that it's hot, it's humid. That's all it is, and the humidity got me over here sweating. Okay, so two choices. We can try to put the new hard drive into this casing, which I don't think it'll work out very well if I put it inside of here, because look at the size. I mean, this drive is definitely going to make the computer a lot lighter. So I think what I might do is I don't think the hard drive is going to cause too much problems because it's so small. I was thinking about actually taking the drive and putting some double side tape on it, but I'm not going to do that. So what we're going to do from here now is wait, so it has an M2 drive, and the M2 drive is probably the operation system, and the data is on the 1 TB. So I think the M2 drive is the one that's dead, because I believe that's where the operation system is on the M2 drive. Right? Okay. All right, so yeah, I think the actual operation system is on the M2 drive, and it's not on the SSD. So what I'm going to try to do is so that might have been pointless to do that, unless that is the drive that died, and is the one that's causing it not to boot, because maybe I should have chose a different day to work on this thing. A little bit too late now, but I really thought today would have been fine. I didn't think the weather was going to be crazy. Okay, so let's plug up our keyboard. It seems like the back cover wants to fall off. Okay, there we go. I got it leaned up against something, so that way the back cover won't fall. That's really what I'm worried about, is it yanking those cords and possibly damaging any of the ribbon cables. So we got our keyboard here. We have our power light on, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what, it's taking a while for it to start up. Nope, started right up. And then did it shut off? Okay, so maybe the so maybe the boot order has been changed. So maybe the computer is fine, it's just that the boot order has been changed, and because the boot order changed, it's acting like this. So let's see if we can put the boot order back in place. Oh man, we kind of scratched the customer screen a little bit. Okay, so it's not, let's try escape. Okay, so it's not escape. So what else could it be? I think it's F1. We just tried F1, so let's try F12 or F10. Okay, we'll kind of skip that real quick. Yeah, that's weird for the M2 drive to die, but I mean, it's very possible. Let's see if it's F12. Nope, so it's not F12, it's probably F10. So I think it's F10 for these Lenovo computers. Let's try that. Yep. So maybe even this customer was just trying to. Nope. So it's F10 and then F1, I guess. I hit F2. All right, that's my fault. So F10 on the Lenovo all-in-one, F0DJ, F10 to get, and then F1. Think I hit it right this time? Nope. Yeah, so that's weird. So did I'm trying to think, did something go, did the person try to erase the operation system or what happened? Okay. Why can't I F10 to? Okay, so the boot order is the M2 drive first. Uh, oh, 08. What is today? 22. Let's see what happens here. So I think that M2 drive is dead. I really do think the M2 drive is dead. Okay, so is the M2 drive dead or is the board itself dead? Okay, so maybe the board itself is dead and not the M2 drive. But okay, so let's remove the M2 drive. Looks a little bit like the M2 drive is getting hot. You can see like not like it just looks like the plastic was heated up for whatever reason. Okay, let's try again. And let's see if it'll actually boot from the SSD that I have in there. If it will boot from the SSD, then we have to replace the M2 drive. Because it's not reading any of the USBs that we have in there. And I didn't even see the M2 drive when it was plugged up. I didn't see it presented as a drive or anything. So I'm wondering if the M2 drive is just not being shown at all. All right, so let's turn it off again and let's try to boot and see if we can see the actual SSD that we just put in. Because if we can see the SSD, then we probably can solve this problem. I think it's function F12. Yeah, so it's function in F12. To get into the boot menu. I'm already scratching up the customer's computer. Jeez. seemed like it keeps saying like as if the okay, so I think we're gonna have to end this here because we now have because we now have the lawn guy cutting the lawn, and we have to end it because it's going to be a lot of noise here, and it's not gonna help the video at all. So we're gonna end this here. I wish I could continue, guys, but like I said, guys here cut on the lawn, and I have to do this outdoors in order to get this video done. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.